The AUC election is turning out to be very surprising. All along, we knew the race was going to be between Djibouti's candidate and Kenya's candidate. But as things are now turning out, the race appears to be between Raila Odinga and Madagascar's candidate. Madagascar and Djibouti are all francophone countries. And earlier today, SADC announced that it will rally behind Madagascar's candidate. And with that call coming from SADC, it's also very likely that if these AU countries will vote along Anglophones and Francophones, then the Francophone countries will easily rally behind Madagascar's candidate because now he has a better chance than the Djibouti's candidate. That means this race might eventually turn out to be fiercely fought between Kenya and Madagascar. That only means Djibouti's candidate is now officially out of the contest. He might not manage to proceed to the next round, assuming there is no candidate gaining 2/3 in the first round. Before we dig deep into that, I want us to have a look at a post shared out by Dennis Itumbi about 1 hour ago. A post that I know is clearly causing jitters among Raila Odinga's haters. Dennis Itumbi: Kenya has run a great and brilliant campaign for the AUC seat. We have people who are wishing that Kenya loses the seat. I think that is why Samido, HSC sang Toxic Love. They are hanging on so many straws. Number one fact, MPs headed to Ethiopia actually contributed for themselves and even used an agent of their own to book their accommodation. I know because I am in that WhatsApp group. It is a fact, and no matter how many times we repeat the lie, the truth stands. Asante Eric Wamumbi, MP Madira, for the great coordination of the group. Number two, if you understand the way Kenyans run the AUC campaign, you know it has been well executed, and you can only say, well done, President William Samoei Ruto, and congratulations, Raila Odinga, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Johnny Njema. That's Dennis Itumbi. If you look at that post coming from Dennis Itumbi, it's very clear as per Dennis Itumbi that the AUC election is a done deal. It's a done deal. Congratulations, Raul. And normally sometimes when Dennis Itumbi speaks, I don't take his words for granted. Sometimes when he speaks, I don't take his words for granted. And in this one, I won't take Dennis Itumbi's words for granted. I want us to dig deep into all this for Kenyans to see in clear terms what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, what's actually happening here, ladies and gentlemen? The post by Dennis Itumbi confirms that Raila Odinga is clearly ahead in this race. Kenya has done its mathematics properly, and as late as of now, Dennis Itumbi is just informing Kenyans that the AUC election is a done deal. Raila is winning this. That's what I can make of that post by Dennis Itumbi. That confirmation, I know, is sending some jitters among Raila Odinga's haters. They want Raila Odinga to fail. So if Dennis Itumbi is congratulating Raila Odinga, that is sending some chills along their spines. If you look at the earlier endorsement by SADC endorsing Madagascar's candidate, that in one way or the other is going to take the weight from Djibouti's candidate to Madagascar's candidate. In that, if the Francophone countries were to rally behind one of their own, then they would easily rally behind Madagascar's candidate because it's now coming out as a stronger candidate than Djibouti's candidate. So this race is turning out to be a two-horse race between Raila Odinga and Madagascar's candidate. And in the event that it also goes along those lines, Francophone countries are 21. Out of these 21, 5 have been suspended. They can't participate. So we are left with 16. The remaining ones, a majority, are Anglophones. On that basis, Raila Odinga starts again with a head start. If it will go the Anglophone versus the Francophone. But still, even these Francophone countries, a whooping majority have still endorsed Raila Odinga. And if it goes with the regional blocks, SADC has 16. And out of these 16, some of these countries in SADC are also in EAC. Such countries are Tanzania and DRC. Those are just some of the countries that are in SADC and are also in EAC. I believe a country such as Tanzania, if given a choice between Kenya and Djibouti or Madagascar, Tanzania will easily vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. So the issue of these blocks, regional blocks, might also not help much because again, this election will be conducted through a secret ballot. Countries will not vote as blocks, but each individual country will cast its ballot secretly, individually. And in terms of individual endorsements, as I speak, Raila has been endorsed by about 28 AU countries. He only now needs 4 countries to hit the 2/3 mark. These countries will vote individually in a secret ballot. 28 individual countries have so far endorsed Raila Odinga. So at the end of the day, it will all boils down to each individual country voting for its preferred candidate. And if that's the trend again, Raila Odinga starts with a head start. And some of these things we've been explaining in this forum in details. We've been digging deeper into these issues and I've really explained a lot on the issue. We are only left with one day. And let me make this very clear and we will compare notes here on Saturday. Raila Odinga is winning AUC. I have no doubt about that. Raila Odinga's haters should and must start preparing themselves for a serious humiliation. Raila Odinga is winning it. In the event Raila Odinga loses, then life will still continue. Raila Odinga can decide to contest for the presidency or he can decide to support William Samoei Ruto. Nothing will stop Raila Odinga from either supporting Ruto or contesting for the presidency. So again, life will continue. And Raila himself said whether he wins or whether he loses, it will still be a win. As Kenyans, we must be patriots and we must support a Kenyan. This one talking of supporting someone else, these are not patriotic Kenyans. All along, they made Kenyans believe that SADC had endorsed Djibouti. Today, SADC endorsed Madagascar's candidate. So you are seeing the kind of confusion amongst Raila Odinga's haters. Things are falling apart. The center can no longer hold. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.